WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskies. Today I'm in Scotland, to be exact, GlenAllachie. GlenAllachie has a new wood finish series coming out July 2019, at least here in Europe. And I've tried the 18-year-old rye finish from Koval. I've tried the 10-year-old portwood finish. And now I have the 12-year-old Pedro Ximénez, 12-year-old PX finish. So I'm really looking forward to this. This is whiskey base number 133094. Costs about 55 pounds, about 65 euros, about $75. The nose is nice. I'm going to compare it today to the standard GlenAllachie 12-year-old with 46%. This is 48%. Both of these whiskeys are non-chilled filtered. Both of these whiskeys are no color added. Both of these whiskeys are, according to Ralphie, integrity whiskeys. Yay. What we don't know is exactly where the PX casks came from, but if you look at the coloring here, you can really see a definite difference in the normal 12-year-old and the PX 12-year-old. I must admit that the casks they used, the Koval casks, as well as the portwood casks, as well as the PX casks, were first class. My idea, my imagination, my conspiracy theory is the following. 2 years ago, Billy Walker bought the distillery. First of all, he owned GlenDronach, GlenGlassaugh, and GlenBenriach. Sold them to Brown Foreman. Went on vacation for a year, came back and said, I'm bored. Bought GlenAllachie together with his partners from South Africa with Distel. And then he said, okay, good. I'll go through all the casks, maybe 20,000, and I'll just categorize them. Ooh, 10-year-old cask strength, perfect. 10-year-old, not yet. Put them in the port. 12-year-old, excellent. Put them in 46%. 12-year-old, not yet ready or not perfect. Put them in PX. And he went through all the barrels and said, oh, this is an 18-year-old. Fantastic. This is a 21-year-old. Wow. This is a 25-year-old. Amazing. And so on. So we have a normal 12-year-old that didn't receive a finish. And we have a 12-year-old that did receive a finish with PX. All right. So I'm going to start off the normal 12-year-old. I always give vanilla and grapefruit and a little bit of pineapple towards the end. Very, very nice, by the way. Ralphie's Whiskey of the Year 2018, the GlenAllachie 12-year-old. Costs about 40 euros over here in Europe, maybe about $50, $55 in the States. Nice integrity whiskey, very, very well done. Over here, nice. Brown sugar. English breakfast tea, raisins and plums, a little bit of Christmas cake as well. This is nice. And a just tiny hint of that grapefruit. Every time I have GlenAllachie in my glass, I think it has very high mineral content. GlenAllachie means Valley of the Rock or Valley of the Stone, and you really get a little bit of that mineral content in there, which is not bad. I guess it has to do with the water they use. I like more. So we're going to try the GlenAllachie normal 12 first. 46%, non-chilled filtered, no color added, about $50. I would not give this an A, I would give it a B-. Good whiskey, very good whiskey, B-, to be honest. A little bit of mineral moment, a little bit of the grapefruit moment. It's got a certain profile. I'm sure if you put like 10 different whiskeys in front of me, Glenfiddich, Glenlivet, GlenDronach, Farkless, and all the Glens, I'd be able to pick that as up. This is mineral. This is a little bit of our grapefruit. This is GlenAllachie. It's a very, very unique flavor. I like it, but it's unique. Over here, the 12-year-old with the PX. At the end is really nice. It comes in at a very fruity moment, a little bit of malt, a little bit of wood, a little bit of spice, a little bit of fruitiness with the plums and the raisins and all that. But then I have the like a couple of seconds of where there's a little bit of almost like a sibling fight. Yeah, the older brother and the younger brother are fighting for dominance. Is it going to be a GlenAllachie or is it going to be a sherry cask? And they fight. And then towards the end, it's actually clear it's GlenAllachie. The sherry decides to support the GlenAllachie instead of dominate. And that turns into a wonderful, wonderful whiskey. The GlenAllachie is not a sherry bomb, but rather a sherry-supported 12-year-old single malt whiskey that is fabulous. I'm actually going to give this a solid B in my rating. Now, if it's $75 in the States, wait a second, 55 pounds, 60 euros, about $70 in the States, I'm going to give this a solid C for the value for money. Over here, I have a B minus and a C plus for value for money. It's running around 40 euros, about $50. This is something I would buy first, and after you've got used to this, I would go over here and go for the wood finish series. Now, a few of my friends out there that watch my videos go, Jason, I love PX finishes. It's like, okay, good, buy this first, get used to that, and go back to the GlenAllachie 12 and find out what you're missing. No problem. I think, theory time, conspiracy time, I think if they would have vatted this a little bit longer so that the sherry casks together with the normal ex-bourbon, there was 8 years in the ex-bourbon, almost 2 years in the sherry. It's a long time, 2 years. And of course it's going to be over-sherried if we do a little bit too long. What could we have done? I'm thinking, actually, I think what I would have done after having tasted this now, hindsight is 2020. I would have taken 80% of this and 20% of this, and I would have vatted them together for another 2 months. And just let them mingle, let them just kind of become the whiskey that I wanted. Maybe they did that, I don't know. This is a very, very good whiskey. I can highly recommend it. Go for it. The Portwood 10-year-old, the Rye 8-year-old, interesting. Go for that. Try that if you're a little bit more of a person who likes to experiment. If you want to go for the standards, you know what Pedro Ximénez, you know what PX should be. This will be a whiskey for you. This is really, really something nice. Thank you very much, Juliet, for giving this to me. Thank you very much, Koval, for making those casks for the 8-year-old. And thank you very much, GlenAllachie, for a great 12-year-old, as well as a great PX finish. Solid B in my book. More of a C for the value for money. But thank you very much for watching. My question of the day is, what is your favorite whiskey under $70 with a sherry finish? So I'm going to think for half a second. Bing! GlenAllachie 12-year-old is my favorite. What is your favorite? It could be many, many other things. We have a West Cork. We have a Tyrconnell. We have many, many other... even Glengoyne, all of theirs are sherry cask maturation. Even the cask drinks are under $70 a lot of the times in the States. What is your favorite sherry cask expression that you have in the States or in the English-speaking world? Thank you very much for watching. WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. I'll try to get them out as close as possible to the release date. And don't forget to like. Don't forget to tell others. Don't forget to ring the bell and to subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, WhiskyJason here. WhiskyJason from the viewpoint of an America, publishing rare and exotic whiskeys. All the best. Bye-bye.